This week's topic came from Laura, who wanted to know how to shift from annoyed to empowered. Today, I'm going to focus on annoyed, and throughout the next few days, you're going to see how I got to a place of feeling empowered. If you have a question like Laura did, comment below or DM me on Instagram. I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself. The first question I'm going to ask myself is, how did you endure feeling annoyed? Well, funny story is that when this topic came up, I actually was like, I don't get annoyed. And I was like, well, I know that's not true. I know I've been annoyed, but do I get annoyed currently? Or am I past that? Have I somehow taken that part of my humanity out of myself? And what I realized was that number one, I still get annoyed. And today was actually a perfect example of that. So I had a plan on what I was going to do today. And I thought, oh, I didn't get it done yesterday. I didn't get it done over the weekend. I'm going to get this and this and this done today. And the next thing I know, I've got one daughter calling me, wanting me to visit, and I've got another daughter who's really sick, and I've got my mom who needs something, and I'm realizing that that sense of annoyance is coming up, and I'm like, well, what is that? Um, and I realized that, at first I wanted to be annoyed with them, right? I wanted to be frustrated with that. Well, annoyed. And I wanted to blame them, I guess, for my feeling of being annoyed. And I was like, well, that's not cool. Why would I want to blame them for me feeling annoyed? They don't have, it's not their job to fix my feelings. And so I think that how I basically endured feeling annoyed was recognizing that it was my feeling, first of all, and second of all, that it was nothing to do with them and everything to do with me. And so the next question I'm going to ask myself is, what was it like to get through that? Well, it was a little bit of I don't think it was like mind gymnastics, but I had to be honest with myself and take responsibility, full responsibility for what was happening inside of me. It's not their fault I didn't get these things done already. It's not their fault that I decided to make this happen by today, which clearly it's getting done. It's just not at the time that I thought I was going to get it done at. So what I did to get through it was recognize it, and then I think what I did was I just let it go. And maybe it was just acknowledging that I had the feeling inside of me, and I letting it flow through. I don't know if you're watching this. I did not know this, but like with cold weather, one of the things I used to do is like really brace up. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. And I would fight against the weather or the coldness, right? And I realized that when I relax and I just breathe and I let it kind of, I think I imagine it like going through me instead of trying to put up a wall against that cold breeze that's coming at me, that then it's not as icky. Like it actually doesn't feel as cold. And I think that that is what I did to get through this sense of annoyance. And how did I know I was getting through it? Now that's actually really, that's a fantastic question for myself. I knew I was getting through it because number one, I talked about it a little bit. Hey, I have this sensation or this feeling that's happening, and with someone else, not with the people that I thought were annoying me, which clearly, like I said, it was my feeling, not something they did. And they were doing loving things. So how that could annoy anyone, I don't know, but it did. Okay. But I knew I was getting through it once I started to feel that sensation or have that aha, like, oh, this has nothing to do with them and everything to do with me and the ideas that I had about what today was supposed to look like. And then I really knew I was getting through it when I was able to spend the time with the people I needed to spend time with today, and I could be present with them. And I didn't have to do any special meditation or breathing or anything. I just needed to let go of the annoyance and go, well, if I was supposed to be doing something else, I would be doing something else. So what did I do to feel less annoyed? I talked to someone, and then, like I said, I let go. And it did. How the next question is actually how much effort did it take to shift into less annoyance? um, wow, I think it took a little, maybe a little bit more effort than I want to acknowledge, because I think in that moment wanted to be like, oh my gosh, can you guys just please stop coming at me? And but at the same time, I didn't want them to stop coming at me because I love them and they're important to me. So it took me some effort though when that feeling first came up to just be like, oh, okay, I need to shift, and then working through it. And so what inspired me to keep working at it was that love for the people in my life, and that realization that if I was supposed to be doing something else, I would be. And the things that they wanted me for, to connect with me on, were really important. And those connections were really important. So I think it was also recognizing what is really important to me. And it's them. It's the people in my life. It's not the tasks that need to get done. It's not any of those things. So the next question is, whose day was least messed up because I was less annoyed? And I'm going to say all of those people had better days because I chose to let it go. Because I recognized I'm responsible for the feeling of annoyance. And I was walking this weekend, and so apparently backwards walking is a thing, and it's really good for, I think, like foot health and back and knee health and balance, and you can look it up. um, and I was walking backwards, and I realized that sometimes I'm gonna I'm gonna have to trust. And as I'm doing this walking backwards, and I did have my caregiver with me, so please know that it was safe, or as safe as it could be. But I also had to trust that when I took that step, that there was going to be something there, because I wasn't looking. And when I take those steps into the unexpected, it helps remind me that I don't really know what the next moment is supposed to hold. So again, today I had all these plans on what I thought was supposed to be getting done, and yet that wasn't what was supposed to be getting done in those exact moments. And I could go into annoyance and be angry and treat these people horribly and have attitude because, they ruined my plan. But the reality of it is, life is life, and sometimes things are going to come up, and I can choose to live in that annoyance, or I can learn to love and appreciate and expect that unexpected things are going to come up, and I get to decide who I'm going to be. And it was right there in those moments that I got to decide who am I going to be. And I'm going to walk around being annoyed, or maybe am I going to do something different that lets them know how much I love them. And let's see, the next question is, how did I know their day was better? I knew because we had great conversations and we felt connected. I felt connected to them, and I think that is super important. And I was able to listen and to be patient instead of trying to rush. Like sometimes I know when I'm annoyed, I'll try to rush through stuff, or like, okay, well, let's hurry and get this done because I need to get done X, Y, and Z today. And I didn't do that. And I think because I did that, that's why we were better able to connect and to really, I could be there in those important moments. Because like I said, that connection to me is of the utmost importance, especially with my family. And so what did I see to know that me being less annoyed made their day better? Well, I saw smiles. I saw hope. I saw, I got to hear them brag about things that went well for them. And I got to be part of that journey. So I know that me being less annoyed made their day better. And the next question is, what will I likely do to feel less annoyed in the future? Well, I would like to say that I will let go of it faster. But I don't know if that's true, if I can let go of the annoyance faster. What I can say that I will do is I will let go of it and I will recognize it and I will ask for help if I need help looking at it from another perspective. And how does being less annoyed build hope for that? Well, I think it builds hope for better connections in a big way, in a big way. And I think that's important to me. So I would love to know what you do. What's the feeling like for you of being annoyed? What do you do to successfully navigate it? I would love to hear from you. So feel free, please comment below or DM me on Instagram. Let me know your thoughts. And I'm Angela, and this is me making sense of myself. See you next time.